Hey, Spider-Man here at NextGenTactics. This is Dead Space Ignition walkthrough part 4. This is the last part. And we gotta figure out what the hell's going on here. Freaking this dude killed Sarah, man. He's pissing me off. What the hell? He's going to the psychiatric ward here. Who the hell is this guy anyway? He's not your typical engineer, is he?
There you are at last. Feels like my whole life has been leading here, you know? The things I've had to sacrifice, the people I've had to leave behind, all for this moment.
What the hell are you talking about?
So let's get you out of there.
What the hell are you talking about? I really don't know how much time has passed between the end of Dead Space, the original Dead Space, and now. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what the hell's going on and how long, you know, what this guy's been doing and who's sending them these messages. I have no idea. And I don't think we even find out. Maybe we'll find out in Dead Space 2. Oh my god, Spider. What a fail. Alright, so the rest of this video is pretty much all minigames. You can see how these freaking dudes are knocking me around, like especially that green one. I think there was even a yellow one there. He's just like knocking me all over the freaking place. So I don't know what the hell. Now I'm up freaking upside down, going down to up and up to down. I don't know which way is which. Oh no, there's another yellow dude. Get the hell out of here. But he looks like he's not going very fast. The green guys go a lot faster. Haha! Blocked you! Woo! Blocked you again! Yeah, bitch! That's what you get. Wow. Got quite the route here. Look at this. Oh my god!
New subroutine.
It's like a 360. Just did a 360, man. Like a 360 no-scope. So, again, there's nothing really new here. Like I said, I apologize for my explanations of these mini games. You know, at the outset, we just didn't really have enough time as we played these mini games, just because I did them so quickly. At least the initial ones I did so quickly. It's kind of hard to explain everything. You know what I mean? What the hell, Spider? What are you doing? It's like I'm freaking on drugs or something here. Alright, so we're coming down, and this one we're actually should be utilizing X to sort of slow down a little bit more than we have. Oh no, I missed the friggin' speed up. I was going for the speed up there actually. Let's see if we can hit this one. Yeah. Alright, we should be getting pretty close to the end here. Come on, speed up. Yeah. So just stay in the middle. I mean, even if you do go through these things that slow you down, at least you're hitting most of the speed ups. And we got to the end, so that's that mini game. I think there's like 3 other mini games that you have to play here, if I'm not mistaken, before you can actually unlock whatever the hell it is we're unlocking. Okay, so system override. What we're actually going to do here, and it's probably not the best method. You probably actually want to break a path, because we're entirely blocked in here, as you can see. You probably want to break a path fairly, like, right away. Because what happens is if you break a path, it causes an explosion, and it actually, you know, it actually, destroys some of your own viruses, so it's kind of a waste. But what I'm doing here, I'm just building them up. Again, one thing I hadn't mentioned is there's that blue meter, sort of, a blue meter on the right-hand side there. And when that blue meter is depleted, that means you can't send out any more viruses. So, you know, you gotta wait until it builds back up again before you can send them out. So again, we're spamming the triangle, you know, triangle, then XXXXX, triangle, XXXXX, because you only need a few of the guys that are gonna turn the other viruses against themselves or against each other. You know, you don't need a whole crap load. And then the ones that you put out there using your X button actually basically help attack the enemy viruses. So that's about it. Again, we're just going to spam it. Now, the other 2 virus units that you can send out using your square and circle button. Let's start off with the square one. They're actually, I believe they're like sort of like hidden units. Or camouflaged units. They can actually get by the regular enemy viruses, but if you see the viruses that actually looks like they have a radar, the radar can actually detect those viruses. So you know, if you're going by, you can get by most of them, but then once you hit those ones, it'll actually start showing you to the enemy viruses, and then the enemy viruses will attack and destroy you. The other one is the circle button, and what it does when it passes by an enemy virus, it basically slows down its attack. Again, but once you have, you know, the advanced virus unlocked, the one that actually turns the enemy viruses against themselves, there's absolutely no need for either of the other two. So you just send, you know, again, that's why we, the whole time through with these trace routes, we just spam the triangle and X buttons. So hopefully that gives you a bit better of an explanation. I don't know, I'm not the best at explaining these games, these little games, but whatever. I try.
Operation is offline.
Alright, so we got another hardware crack, and wow, we have all kinds of purple freaking mirrors here, and we have a lot of these capacitors. So what we're trying to do here, we're going to try and get rid of this. We got rid of that capacitor to the far right, and we probably could have used the red laser to get rid of the other that capacitor quicker, but that's fine. So we're going to link up the green lasers first. We're going to put a mirror up top there and a multiplexer in order to power up the two green receptors. Now we got to get the red laser over. Now you kind of have to go around a few spots here. So now we got the red receptor. Now the thing is, we got to get a yellow beam. That's what we're doing here. We're putting in some multiplexers. We got to get a yellow beam over through these mirrors. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a multiplexer here and a multiplexer there, and see what happens when you get units that are too close to those capacitors. That's what happens there. So we have the one yellow receptor powered. Now all we have to do, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm getting the red one back here because we lost a mirror. So I'm actually got to put a mirror right here and another one here in order to get it up to the other set of purple mirrors in order to power the second yellow receptor. And that's it. So we did it. Sweet. And I think we only have one. I think this might be the last mini game. So one last trace route, I believe. And like I said, through the game, there are actually 4 different. I'm not actually going to talk about the trace route mini game because I think I've said pretty much all I need to say about it. But as you go through, there's basically some decisions you have to make, and it gives you throughout the game sort of 4 paths that you can take. And the one path that we took basically ended with us killing Sarah. There's a couple other paths. I think there's one other path where you actually end up shooting her, and 2 other paths where she ends up dying, not at your hands. So, but still, the end result is always the same. I mean, we always end up in this spot, and we're always playing these last set of mini games. In order to get 100% trophies, you actually have to go through all 4 paths. But as I said in one of the other videos, you can actually skip all the cutscenes, but you have to play all the mini games. So you have to get through all the mini games. But like I said, I mean, once you play it through, you know, even once, these mini games are pretty easy. You can pretty much get through all of them, no problem, your first try. Except in, you know, I think one instance that we weren't able to. So, you know, it all leads us to here, and again, it looks like there's been a lot of time that has passed since Dead Space 1, and we really don't know what's happened, but obviously, you know, it seems like we're on some sort of space station. I wouldn't say it's a ship, necessarily. Some sort of space station, maybe.
Level 2.
And obviously there's another outbreak. We're not sure what the cause of the outbreak is, but we know there's definitely an outbreak. And, you know, the other thing we don't know is the end of this going to be the very beginning of Dead Space 2? I'm not sure. I have no idea. But well, let's see what happens after we complete this minigame and see what the hell, you know, this guy's up to. I mean, he obviously something's up. I want to know who's been messaging him. I want to know what the hell they're talking about, and I want to know who he's trying to get out of the psych ward here. So hopefully we can get through. Man, I'm just freaking failing here. I'm hitting all these barriers.
System security compromised.
Slow down bars. I don't have any more speed up ability left. And I have one more blocking bar I just used there. And hopefully we get to the end here. Come on, come on. Yes! Alright.
Quarantined.
That is the last mini game of the game. And let's see what happens here.
And that's it.
Oh! It's Isaac! But why'd you have to kill Sarah? I don't get it. Why did he have to kill Sarah? But obviously he's freeing Isaac. So our overall completion time was 24 minutes. We got a trophy called Ain't Got Time to Bleed. And that was actually a trophy for making it through all the mini games in 24 minutes. I mean, it doesn't include the cutscenes, the comic or whatever. Actually, the trophy was for completing it within 25 minutes. And look at this. We get a suit. You unlock a suit that, or a rig that you can actually use to play Dead Space 2. So that's pretty kick-ass. So that's actually you know, a pretty neat reward for finishing this. Like I said, that was I think it was my final third time through. So I actually had to do one more time through the game to go through all 4 paths to get that trophy. And then there's some trophies for actually you have to actually play it through again through the leaderboards. So, you know, you actually end up having to play it through 5 times, which is kind of annoying when you got to play all the freaking mini games over and over and over again. But, you know, not too bad. I mean, it does provide a little bit of backstory. Hopefully we can connect the dots between the first Dead Space, this game, and Dead Space 2 once we start doing the walkthrough. And like I said, I'm not sure if Dead Space 2 is going to start right from there. You know, are we going to go into Dead Space 2? It's like, hey, Isaac just got out of the freaking psych ward, and what is he going to do now? Obviously, there's an outbreak on this space station, so who knows? Who the hell knows? But we're going to find out on Tuesday, January 25th, 2011, so stay tuned on NextGenTactics.com, because we'll definitely have those videos out as soon as I can get them out. So this has been Dead Space Ignition. I mean, it's a $5 game. You can't really expect too much, and it was a lot of repetition, but still, I thought the comic book thing, the story was kind of cool. The mini games got kind of tedious, but whatever. That's the way it goes. For more strategies and tactics, stay tuned. NextGenTactics.com. I'm SpiderBite, and I'm out. Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.